Welcome to the 2020 Girl Scouts of Northeast Texas Kickoff. I am Jennifer Bartkowski, the very proud CEO of Girl Scouts of Northeast Texas. I am so pleased to have time with you today to tell you about the state of Girl Scouts of Northeast Texas and all the big work we've been doing in this unprecedented year. Let's get started. Remember this, just 1 year ago, this was us at Parker University, all 700 plus of us packed into their auditorium. Remember those days? It's hard to imagine all that closeness now. Well, I would much prefer to be with you just like that this year, but it is not possible. So today, thank you for joining us for the very first virtual kickoff event. Even though we are virtual, we are still celebrating you, our volunteers. Even during the pandemic, you have been there for our girls, and I am so, so grateful. I am thankful that you've stayed with us at the hardest of times because you believe, just like we do, in the potential of all of our girls. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now, as many of you know, I've been a Girl Scout my whole life. I was a Girl Scout growing up. I've been a cookie mom and an assistant troop leader, and I've been with this council for more than 11 years and CEO for more than 6 years now. I bleed green right along with you. But never in my Girl Scout journey could I have imagined a year like this one. Just like you, I have experienced every emotion, from shock to frustration to disappointment and sadness, and so much more. I've loved having my kids at home, and I can't wait for them to go back to school. I've enjoyed working remotely, but I desperately miss my coworkers. I have loved seeing the construction happen so fast at our empty STEM Center of Excellence, but I'm incredibly sad that our girls missed out on summer camp season. It has been a year of contradictions, and it has been a year of things unprecedented, a word I have come to hate. Just a year ago, we were kicking off a great year. All that talk about deliberate design, girl-led programming, and more really paid off. In fact, this past year, you and your girls sold an amazing number of Girl Scout cookies, resulting in a 7% increase in the cookie program and an average of more than $1,500 for Girl Scout troops in our council. In early March, fundraising was up 25% over the year before. I am constantly impressed by how our community believes in our girls and the significant investment that they're willing to make in our work. And best of all, membership was up 5% over the year before. Do you know how long it's been since we've seen that kind of increase? 5%. It's been more than 10 years since we could say that. To me, that means that we are getting the programs right and our staff and our volunteers are doing the right work. What a year 2020 was set to be. I was already so proud, but then in March 2020, COVID shut us all down. And as you all well know, as we sit here in our virtual kickoff, we are still experiencing this new normal. The transition from a successful launch of the year 2020 to adjusting to the needs of our girls and families during this unprecedented pandemic has been our focus ever since. Fortunately, the strong start to the year put us in a good position, both financially, but also so that we could pivot quickly. And pivot we did. First, our staff began working remotely on March 23rd and are still not back in the office. Our offices and our camps remain closed as we watch the COVID numbers spike and rely on our local and state government to guide us. We are going to test reopening our service centers this month with staff, and we hope to approve troop meeting usage shortly after Labor Day. And we are looking at creative ways to use our camps this fall. Trust me, no one wants to open our facilities back to you and our girls more than me. We just have to do it safely. So within a few days of COVID starting, GSNetX shifted to virtual at-home programming. I was very proud of our staff who moved incredibly quickly to virtual programming, even as we were figuring out how to work the technology, how to work from home, and how to shift priorities overnight. In March, we began delivering badge workshops, Zoom meetings, and opportunities for girls to give back. One of the things that inspired me most during those first few weeks, and still does, was watching our girls take action. More than 579 girls have sewn more than 6,000 masks through our masquerade patch, to support essential workers and others. Girl Scouts and Troop 7034 in Van Zandt County made bread for community members and for the elderly and disabled. And Carson and Troop 8346 in Southwest Dallas made care packages for essential workers. Our girls may have missed school and experienced the disappointments and social isolation of the pandemic, but that didn't stop them from making our world a better place. As expected, our girls exhibited the best of Girl Scouts, even during the worst of times. And the virtual programming has continued with virtual field trips, service projects, patch programs, and signature events like our Camp In, Camp Out event that was attended by more than 1,300 members. There is no shortage of fun activities for our girls during this time. Couple that with some really awesome GSUSA programs like the recent Countdown to Mars, and girls can explore the world and beyond, even from the confines of home. I know many of you have taken advantage of this time to earn badges as well as start and finish higher awards. In fact, we celebrated a record 172 Gold Award Girl Scouts this past May. We will celebrate those girls in person in May 2021. Girl Scouts of Northeast Texas has been extremely nimble, shifting quickly to meet the most critical needs of girls today. While we've been making the best of things, we know these past few months have not been easy. All of us are struggling to maintain our mental health during this time, and it is no different for our girls. Even before the start of the pandemic, GSNetX had made a commitment to addressing the crisis of our girls are facing in mental health. But that commitment was accelerated in March when our girls began feeling socially isolated, disappointed in missing milestone events, and anxiety from all the uncertainty and change. We launched Mindfulness Mondays, continued to integrate mental wellness into our programs, and promoted the OK to Say patch to help girls talk about how they're feeling. We have partnered with experts in the community and launched a mental health advisory committee. A few weeks ago, we hosted a panel of mental health experts to talk about the impact of social and racial injustice on the mental health of our girls, and it was eye-opening and impactful. Look for mental health first aid training and more next year. We heard you and our girls loud and clear. Girl Scouts gives girls the coping skills they need to survive and thrive during these difficult times. This initiative will continue to expand as we deliver relevant and age-appropriate programming, train our volunteers, and deliver important information to our families. This summer also brought us more awareness about the social and racial injustice in our communities. We were already developing a 3-year strategy for diversity, equity, and inclusion when the tragic murder of George Floyd occurred. Once again, we accelerated our work, called on community resources, and began delivering programming to girls. I have always been so proud that Girl Scouts was created on a platform of inclusivity, a value that was as important to Juliette Gordon-Lowe as it is to us today. With internal and external advisory committees in place, expect to see more programming at the council level, giving girls the voice they need to change our world for the better. As I have shared, we are committed to engaging all communities in Girl Scouts, and just a year ago, we launched the National Latinx Initiative right here in Dallas. I've also loved seeing what some of you are doing at the service unit and troop level, including my friend Lowry Manders with Service Unit 165, who is broadening her girls' horizons with stories, projects, and so much more. One of the things our schools are worried about most is science and math summer learning loss, which is being compounded by COVID-19. In fact, students will potentially lose up to a full year of academic gains by the end of 2020, and likely more as we see how the schools are progressing for this fall. And that has a disproportionate impact on our girls and lower income households. Women are already underrepresented in STEM careers, and this isn't helping our girls get inspired by science, technology, engineering, and math. The good news is that the STEM Center of Excellence and our amazing STEM staff and programs, Girl Scouts is the right partner for girls to excel in STEM academics. We are making the TEAC standards associated with our programs visible to parents and teachers. We're offering the STEM Jumpstart platform for STEM badges, both online and offline. We've integrated STEM into our camp programs, and we're continuing to offer a full complement of virtual STEM events that are both fun and educational. Fingers crossed that we'll be back at the STEM Center of Excellence very soon, Because with our new markets tax credit, we took advantage of the fact that construction was an essential service while our girls weren't at camp, and we got stuff built. When we do get to open up camp, girls will have access to a new maker space, an updated amphitheater, a new flagpole space designed by our honor guard, updates to the geology trail with a new interactive app called GeoQuest for all ages to learn about the fossils found here in North Texas, and a smart agricultural space with a greenhouse to discover the STEM in farming. Without a doubt, the hardest decision we had to make this year was to cancel camp. Oh, how we struggled with that decision. In hindsight, it was absolutely the right decision, but it just wasn't that clear back in May. I am proud of my team for shifting so quickly to Camp Out of the Box, a virtual camp program. Thank you to so many of you who signed up and shared your positive feedback. I know this was a great way for many of our girls to spend their summer. If they couldn't be at Camp Betty Perot with our horses or at Rocky Point sailing, then Camp Out of the Box was the best plan B we could do. We can take advantage of our camp properties in a safe way. We know your girls are getting tired of virtual. We are too. I hope you're finding that while our programs have the virtual element, we are pushing our girls to have unplugged experiences too. In fact, in late August, we will launch the Look Up Challenge, a week-long challenge that helps children and adolescents avoid digital overload by finding unique ways to unplug and look up. We've been busy, and I know you have been too. I've been in awe watching our volunteers adjust to Zoom troop meetings and find special ways for girls to interact with their friends. You all have gone out of your way to offer options for girls to give back to their communities. You've addressed the needs of the girls from mental health to community needs to racial injustice. Thank you for recognizing the importance of Girl Scouts for your girls during this time. Later this fall, we are on track for GSUSA to roll out Volunteer Systems 2.0, which should be a far easier, user-friendly interface for our volunteers. You've likely heard us say that we're doing all we can to push the easy button for our volunteers this year. That commitment is guiding many of our decisions and will hopefully help us add more volunteers like you to our movement. So what's next? Well, there has never been a more important time for Girl Scouts than right now. No matter how your girls engage with school this fall, whether they homeschool or they participate virtually or physically go on campus, school will be different than ever before. And girls are not going to get everything they need in any of those academic environments. That's where Girl Scouts must step in. And that's where I need your help. We, you, me, our staff, and others can fill the gap that girls will face in this coming school year. We can give them the consistency and the enrichment that they desperately need. And let me say, you all are amazing. Look, I don't know about you, but working, teaching, momming, volunteering, and doing it all from home is a whole new set of challenges. I too have kids at home, and trying to juggle all of that in this environment is not easy. Whatever decision you make about school and however you go about doing what is best for your kids, you're awesome. I don't know if anyone's telling you that, but I am. You're doing the big work, and I hope you know the lasting impact you'll have on your kids and the girls in your troop. We're not leaving you to do this alone. We have a virtual meeting playbook and other resources included in your virtual kickoff swag bag today to help guide you through how to transition your amazing Girl Scout meetings from what they may have looked like in the past to those that are safe for your Girl Scouts this fall. I'm also excited to announce that within the next week, we will be launching GS Learn, a learning management system just for Girl Scout adults that is accessible from your My GS and will hold the courses many of you are taking today, as well as more troop, service unit, and enrichment training in the months ahead. More information will be hitting your inboxes soon. Girl Scouts is here to help. We want to walk alongside you. Where you need us, we want to be the solution. We want to give you the tools as a parent and a teacher to be successful. And we want that for you and for parents who haven't even discovered Girl Scouts yet. Given the uncertain school environment, we expect that this year girls are going to miss out on social interaction and spending time with friends and peers, academic supplements, particularly in science and math, mental health and wellness supports to get them through a very uncertain period, college and career readiness and everything extracurricular that we know girls want to do and then want to put on their college applications, social and emotional learning, or the softer skills like leadership and resilience, mentorship from special adults in their lives. They need the encouragement and support that you all give them. Teachers will be doing their best, but I know many teachers who welcome your help, especially this year. And unplugged opportunities. Girls will be online more than ever before, and they need options to go outside and to get off technology. Guess what? That's Girl Scouts. That's exactly what we do. From troop meetings with girls their own age, to STEM programming, to social and emotional learning. This is exactly what Girl Scouts offers, and it is exactly what will be missing from the lives of girls this year if they don't join Girl Scouts. And look, for you troop leaders, perfect is not the goal. We aren't asking for a strict commitment to X badges or some number of events. The most important thing this fall is that our girls get to interact with each other and with you. Anything more than that is gravy. This is it. This is our moment. We are a movement ready to serve, ready to step in, and ready to lean in. We are Girl Scouts. So how can you make a difference? Well, we need your help in reaching our communities. For now, schools may be virtual for the first part of the year, and we have no idea if we'll have any access. We are communicating with superintendents and principals and everyone else, but while everyone wants Girl Scouts, they don't know what that will look like either. We need your help. Please use your networks to open doors and to request the opportunity to do small school-based or virtual events. But also use your out-of-school networks to recruit volunteers and girls for new and existing troops. Just as we have the past few years, we are pivoting many of our staff members to help provide additional resources toward inviting new Girl Scouts and new volunteers to join this fall. In fact, more than 30% of my staff have been reallocated to support you this fall. Second, encourage your girls and parents to invite a friend to join Girl Scouts. Girls need this opportunity more than ever before. We're launching our Back to Girl Scouts campaign today with incentives for new girls, returning girls, troops, and service units to help provide a little something extra to help everyone get excited and motivated about the year. Also, be inclusive. Open your troop to all girls in your community. Daisy, Brownie, and junior troops with less than 12 members will be listed in our opportunity catalog. And if you can expand to serve more girls, let us know. Finally, post Girl Scout stories and experiences on your social media pages and community Facebook groups and next door groups and everything else. Tell your story. We'll provide tools to help, but the number one reason people join Girl Scouts is because someone asked them to. These girls need Girl Scouts, so we need you to just ask. I know it's hard to imagine any sense of normalcy right now, but we do have a whole promising year ahead of us to look forward to. First, the fall product sale kicks off September 25th. Last year was our first year, and many of you found it a super easy, entirely online way for your girls to earn money early in the membership year. You'll get early access this year, and you won't need parent permission cards. Easy is the name of the game. Also coming up, the 55th National Council session is in October, and we have 18 local delegates who will be representing you. They are attending webinars and getting educated right now. And in fact, I'm hosting 2 sessions today asking for your input on the proposals that will be presented. We are all very disappointed that instead of Orlando, we'll be watching virtually at home. But nevertheless, the important work of the movement will get done. There is so much good programming coming for you too. Our Grand Prix will be virtual this year. Girls will be able to participate in car design workshops and have the opportunity to engineer their car design. After cars have been cut, girls can finish building them on their own. Girls will also be able to watch their car race in a live stream event and see how fast it goes. Virtual badge workshops are a great way for our Daisy through Cadet Girl Scouts to earn badges while building critical life skills. These workshops are being hosted by program partners as well as our fantastic older Girl Scouts. Do not miss the opportunity for your Girl Scout to participate and interact in this one-of-a-kind Girl Scout space of learning, fun, and friendship. And our new GSUSA badges will launch with a week-long challenge as well as a virtual badge workshop in August and September. Get ready for entrepreneurship, STEM, civic engagement, and automotive engineering badges. Seriously, I've heard our full program plans this week, and there is something going on for everyone all the time. We cannot wait for our girls to get a chance to do all of this and more very soon. And as you well know, parents everywhere are anxiously awaiting details about the coming school year and are struggling to make the right decisions for their children this fall. Whether they choose a virtual or physical option or decide to homeschool their child, this school year will be different than anything any of us have ever experienced before. And parents of kindergartners are more anxious than most, as they are desperate to ensure that however their child starts their first year of school, they are prepared for long-term success. Girl Scouts of Northeast Texas is ready to help by convening an impressive panel of experts who will share tips on how to make sure these new kindergartners have what they need to be successful in this environment. On August 11th from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., we hope you'll tune in to hear experts in education, mental health and well-being, social learning, and parenting discuss how to help children have the best start to their first year in school. I'm joining the panel to share how the Girl Scout leadership experience can fill the social and emotional learning gap girls will inevitably face in this unprecedented school year. Please share this event with your networks. And we're still planning to have a Women of Distinction luncheon on October 30th, although this year it will be primarily virtual. Even virtual, we are incredibly honored to recognize Cint Marshall, CEO of the Dallas Mavericks, as our Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. We will also honor Ann Chow, president of AT&T Business and former board member of GSUSA, and Alice Rodriguez, head of community and business development and managing director of Chase Bank, as our two Women of Distinction. And we'll honor Earl Nye, former chair and CEO of TXU, as our Man Enough to be a Girl Scout. These individuals represent the best of our ideals in our community, and we are thrilled to showcase them, as well as the good work of girls and Girl Scouts of Northeast Texas to our community. And even in a pandemic, we will have cookies. Now I'll start by saying that we know this spring was a little rough with cookie rewards and events. Everything that your girls were looking forward to was canceled or postponed, and we mourned that right alongside you. Still, I am grateful that our cookie program was finished by the time COVID hit. Other councils are still selling cookies, and at least we're not out trying to sell melted Thin Mints right now. The good news is that during tough times like these, cookie consumption goes way up. But seriously, we know this may be a tough year for cookie sales, so we're doing all we can to make it easier. Cookies kicks off on January 15th, 2021. While we have several months before then, we know this won't be the normal cookie season. Your cookie team has the details. But no, we're looking at several adjustments like new rewards, giving you access to digital cookie earlier. We're exploring virtual cookie booths and drive-through booth sales. We're thinking outside of the box on cookie pickups and so much more. The cookie program is the fuel that allows our girls to participate in programs, activities, and camps, funding both girls and the council. We will do all we can to make the cookie program successful, even with the restrictions brought on by COVID. Usually, I would end my comments by telling you all that you have to look forward to next spring. But to be honest, this year, I just don't know. The future is certainly uncertain. We don't know when the virus will stop spiking, when we'll be back in school, or when we'll be back in the office. Nor do we know when we can meet in large groups or go to camp. Like you, I just don't know. What I do know is this: our council came into this pandemic strong. My goal is that we exit this pandemic relevant to what our girls need and ready to grow. For that, I need your help. Like all nonprofit organizations, our financial position has been severely impacted by COVID, and I am doing all I can to make sure that our staff are in place to serve you and our girls in the future. Our donors have stepped in to make special investments in our girls this year, and we've taken advantage of any government subsidies that we can. But even so, our dollars are stretched tight. We can't let this impact our ability to serve our volunteers and our girls. School access is a critical concern. We don't know when or if we'll get access to our girls in the traditional way that we always have. And that's hard because we know girls need us now more than ever. We must get in front of families who have not experienced Girl Scouts before and convince them that now is the time. I need your help to get access to new families in ways that we haven't before. Families are really hard to read right now. We know some are in financial distress and others just can't commit to volunteering. Many don't know what to do about extracurricular activities. I need your help to tell our story. Their girls need Girl Scouts. Please help me invite girls and their families into Girl Scouts, and I promise you, we will exceed their and your expectations. So stay in touch. One thing I can promise you is that we will over-communicate. We want you to know what we know, and we want you to have the tools you need to make a difference. This is a two-way street, so I also ask that you communicate with us. Tell us what you need and how we can best serve you and your girls. You can reach out to your main contact at Girl Scouts of Northeast Texas, and they'll share your feedback, or reach out to me directly at ceo@gsnetx.org. Thank you, Girl Scouts. We are in this together. I don't know a stronger, more resilient, more courageous bunch of people than you. And I believe that we can do this. I am proud to be a part of the work that you do, and I'm proud to support you, and I can't wait to see what you do this year. Thank you, and have a great kickoff.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Bethany Cunningham, Director of New Membership.
And I'm Kelly Lepper, Director of Volunteer Engagement.
We are here today on behalf of our membership team and all of Girl Scouts of Northeast Texas to recognize the achievements of administrative teams across GSNetX this past member year by presenting our 2020 Goal Setter and President's Awards. The President's Award is the highest award a Girl Scout administrative team can achieve. These teams have worked very hard to recruit, recognize, and retain girl and volunteers to make a positive impact on their local Girl Scout communities.
President's Award applications are reviewed by a volunteer committee. In order for a team to be awarded the President's Award, they must achieve a certain percentage of points. If a team did not reach that number, but still showed great progress this membership year, they will receive the Goal Setter Award. Of course, this year's awards presentation looks a little bit different. We will be in contact with the service unit managers to send a packet of the certificates and pins for your service unit team members. All these very deserving service unit team members can also expect something special in your email inboxes soon.
Before we get started, we wanted to take a minute to recognize the great planning, support, and understanding of our day and twilight camp administrative teams. As many of you know, due to the pandemic, we ultimately were not able to hold day and twilight camp in person this summer. We want to say a huge thank you to all of the hard work and effort that went into your camp planning, and know that many of you will pick your plans right back up as soon as possible. From Rainbow Range's Endangered Species theme to Firewheel's Renaissance Week, we know how much love and care goes into making these camps a successful and meaningful experience for our girls. Thank you to all of our day and twilight camp volunteers.
We will get started off with our Goal Setter Awards. The 2020 Goal Setter recipients are Service Unit 111 in Carrollton Farmers Branch,
Service Unit 483 in Fannin County. And now for the President's Awards. Our first recipient is Service Unit 101 in North Allen and Fairview. Next, we have Service Unit 105 in Allen.
Service Unit 108 in Allen, Service Unit 112 in Coppell, Service Unit 123, Irving,
Service Unit 131, Park Cities and North Dallas. Service Unit 143, Garland and Saxby. Service Unit 151, Plano, Murphy, and Richardson.
Service Unit 152, Northwest Plano, Service Unit 155, Central Plano. Service Unit 160, Far North Dallas and Northwest Richardson.
Service Unit 161, Far North Dallas and Southwest Richardson. Service Unit 163, East Richardson. Service Unit 170, Rockwall County. Service Unit 174, Kaufman County.
Service Unit 183, Forney and Terrell. Service Unit 186, East Frisco, McKinney, and Plano. Service Unit 187, Frisco, Salina, and Prosper.
Service Unit 189, Anna, Blue Ridge, Melissa, and McKinney. Service Unit 212, Duncanville. Service Unit 213, DeSoto.
Service Unit 250, Corsicana and Ennis. Service Unit 366, Smith County. Service Unit 372, Panola, Marion, and Harrison counties.
Service Unit 379, Lamar and Delta counties. Service Unit 403, Little Elm, Frisco, and Aubrey. Service Unit 406, Louisville and Highland Village.
Service Unit 411, Flower Mound. Service Unit 416, North Denton, Sanger, Crum, Pilot Point, and Aubrey. And last but not least, Service Unit 485, Grayson County.
Congratulations again to all of our President's Award recipients. We are so proud of you.